In this video, we're actually going to focus on how to solve an absolute value equation. So there's 3 steps to doing this. Clear any values from outside of the absolute value symbols by performing the inverse and opposite operations. The absolute value is a grouping symbol and should be solved last. One important thing to note is that you absolutely cannot distribute over absolute values. You are not allowed to use the distribution property. The next rule says to split the absolute value into its positive and negative solutions. This is the number one mistake students make when they first are doing absolute value properties. They forget that you're going to have 2 solutions, the positive and the negative direction on the number line. And third, then you can just solve each equation to find the 2 solutions. The first thing you want to do with absolute value equations is draw a line down the equal, maybe not as long. Inspect your equation. Look at the inside right there with the absolute value bars on the outside. Is there anything on the outside of those absolute value bars? If not, you are good to split it into your 2 directions. So we have 3x equals 12 in the positive direction or to the right, and 3x equals 12 in the negative direction to the left. And now I can solve each equation. The first one, divide both sides by 3, and we get that x equals 4. The second one, same thing, divide both sides by 3, and x equals -4. Now, this is the first time I'm going to use something called set notation. This is when you use fancy brackets. You should write these in mathematical order and close with the same brackets. So you might see this notation from time to time. It just means that those 2 numbers are the solutions to this equation. In the next example, we're going to do much of the same. Draw your line down the equal sign. Inspect your absolute value, and we can see right there that x is inside the absolute value bars, but there's that 4 on the outside. So that's where we've got directions number 1. Clear any values from outside first. So we're going to subtract the 4 from both sides before we split our absolute value into 2 parts. Now I'm ready to do the split part. I'm going to have x equals +6 for the direction to the right, and x equals -6 for the direction to the left. Now, a word of caution, just like in our original example, with the number line above, your answer won't always just be the positive and negative same number. We're going to see that in the next example. Our first 2 examples were pretty straightforward, so now let's take a look at these 2. Once again, draw your line down your equal sign, do a little inspection. We can see x minus 3 is inside the absolute value, so we have that -6. Don't forget, when it's next to a grouping symbol, that means multiply. So we're going to divide both sides by -6 here. And I get x minus 3, or the absolute value of x minus 3, equals -3. And this is going to give us another warning. Warning, warning, warning. Why does this one have a warning? It's not because I multiplied by a -6, although that could have been a good answer. It's because of this -3 right here. Absolute values cannot equal negative numbers. I know it looks like I'm screaming it, but it's really that important. This is something you really, really need to watch out for. Now notice we didn't know it equaled a negative number until we divided by that -6. So the second thing that you have to watch out for is the absolute value here has to be all by itself with nothing else around it. And then determine if this one actually has no solution. So watch out for those. That one can really trip you up. This final example is really tricky. I'm really challenging you here. So there's our equal sign. Let's go ahead and highlight what's inside the absolute value. Now, some of you might be going, hey, wait a minute, I got this. This is equals negative 16. But you got to wait till this absolute value part is by itself before you make a final decision. So let's see what's going on. To the absolute value, we're multiplying negative 2 and we're subtracting 8. So let's take care of adding that 8 to both sides first. So plus 8, those cancel. I'm left with negative 2 times the absolute value, so make that big so it doesn't look like a 1, of x minus 5 equals negative 8. So I still have this x plus 5 inside. I still need to take care of this negative 2. I'm going to divide negative 2 from both sides. Bring that down a little bit more. Negative 2 here. Okay, and those will cancel again. I'm left with the absolute value of x minus 5 equals positive 4. So that was a negative. I'm cleaning that up a little bit because it looked like a positive there for a second. So negative 8 divided by negative 2 is a positive 4. So this one does not have a warning on it. We're going to split this one into its two possibilities. X minus 5 equals 4, and then x minus 5 equals negative 4. So this is the movement to the left, the first of the movement to the right. Draw our line down our equal, add 5 here, and x equals 9. And then over here, we're going to add 5 and add 5, and we get x equals positive 1. So my final answer is x equals 1 and 9. All right, I think you're ready to try some on your own.